What's up, YouTube? It's your main man, ABD Hero, back again with another video. Oh my God! And today, man, we gotta talk about this segment where on KJZ or Keyshawn, Jason Williams is debating who's gonna be the face of the NBA, and Jay Williams is getting blasphemous over here and spewing a lot of stuff that just don't make no sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hear a little bit of Keyshawn, we're gonna hear a little bit of Jay, and then I'm gonna provide y'all with the facts, right? Because sometimes fake news can be real, and we might see that today. And let's just get into it.
With my dude, AB the Hero. Well, we getting it down in the Boulder State, baby.
AB, way to get out on the lane. Way to get out on the lane.
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's a hustler for it.
Let's go. I'm out.
Okay, so now first things first, I will say that we've been on the media head this week about some of the lack of coverage, right, on my dogs, on my dog LaMelo, and he's been having what some would consider to be a historic season, right? Youngest player to ever to reach that triple-double mark, has knocked down 7 threes. He's been doing a lot of stuff, moved into that starting lineup and all of these things. So we've been critical on the fact that a lot of these popular talking heads have not really addressed it. I will say that I actually found a clip where Skip Bayless, when Melo went off for 34, I believe it was against the Bucks, he had actually kind of addressed and gave my dog his flowers a little bit. So there is some communication out there. And also I'm listening to this, and I get on ESPN today and I hear Keyshawn Johnson and Jay Williams talking about the future of the NBA. And I find it interesting, and I'm like, yes, thank you. Finally, we're starting to get somewhere where that conversation is centered around my dog LaMelo Ball. Now, Keyshawn is spot on with a lot of this stuff. So I'm gonna play a little bit, a few sound bites from him, just to really give him his shine and thank you for speaking up. You feel me? But then Jason Williams start to go in with this rhetoric that just makes no sense. And he started to, and what happens to me is I feel like folks start to talk about social media as if like, now obviously I understand that social media in the internet world is different than the real world, right? But we have to realize that at times the internet reflects what is happening in the real world. So when you try to discredit the social structure of things, all you're doing is you're trying to hold on to the establishment of power the way it is. But that's too deep for what we're talking about right now. I thank y'all for hitting that sub button, hitting the notification bell. It's much appreciated. The channel has been growing. We almost at that 10,000, that coveted 10,000 subs mark. I appreciate y'all every step of the way. You see the numbers, they just rise up. All right, now let's get into this, because I don't want this don't even really need to be a long video, because I'm gonna give you the facts like that. Let's go.
In the NBA, his brother's a solid player in the NBA. When you put that together and he's continuing to move the needle, he's an international player right now. I mean, the guy played overseas, so people know who he is. Remember, his generation is following him. And as he continues to develop in Charlotte, those numbers will go up. And I know there's the Jason Tatums that's out there, and then the Giannis's, but I'm not talking about championship. I'm just talking about face of the league, a guy who's consistent, will be an all-star.
Also, Tatum, Giannis, not champions right now.
That's what I'm talking about, marketing dollars. Jay,
this guy here, bro, is killing me with this fake look.
Before you get in there with your argument, we're certainly going to give you the time. I just want to make sure evidence needs to be submitted in the trial. Hit us up, 888-SAY-ESPN. Who's the next face of the NBA? If you're listening anywhere, is it with Key? Is it LaMelo Ball, or are you with Jay?
Hey, do me a favor. When after y'all watch this, go ahead and just go ahead and tweet this straight at Keyshawn, Jason, and KJZ. Just go ahead and let them know, because I'm going to bring the facts to y'all right now. Let's skip ahead. All right, here we go. They asked for you to send it to them, so you have my permission. Send it over that way. Let's listen to Jason Williams, and we'll address all of this real fast.
When I heard Key make this argument the other day, I almost lost my damn mind. I almost lost my mind. The face of the NBA. Look.
When I heard Jason Williams make this argument, I literally almost lost my mind equally.
I think this is going to be a major problem for the NBA. Who is going to be the face moving forward? Okay, you can have Giannis, international flavor. That's a little bit different. Maybe Luka, he's there. But
now you have mentioned two guys, internationals, two dudes who, when you are thinking of the face of the NBA, you thinking globally. This how quick we finna get him up out of here. Globally, you're talking about two guys. Giannis, and it's a bit different. Luka, and it's a bit different. Cause it's a global game. My dog Melo has played all over the world. Australia, check. Russia, check. UK, check. Lithuania, check. Estonia, check. Romania, check. Macedonia, check. Greece. Come on, man. Check. International. The flavor is there. The thing that you love about Luka, the thing that you love about Giannis, check the box. Let's continue.
LeBron James was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was in high school.
Here's what I'll say to you. LeBron James was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was in high school, right? And if you really think about that, that is the equivalent of popularity and of having damn near 6 million followers in high school. My dog has not been on, I don't know if he's been on the cover of Sports Illustrated, but they have done several pieces on him, right? ESPN, several pieces. Slam Magazine, several pieces. So when you call out these traditional media sets, you have to understand that legitimately, while he might not have been on the printed cover, because to be honest with you, who reads print nowadays, when you think about their digital entities and you go through each one of these major platforms and you look at which pieces of content that they have that have generated the most amount of views and engagement, I guarantee you that your boy LaMelo Ball and the brand in general is in the top 5, top 10 of each one of these major content creators and intellectual properties. Let's go.
Oh, this guy, the chosen one. His name is King James.
His name is King James because his last name is James. If his last name wasn't, and I don't want to, and this is the thing though, I don't want to tear down other folks in order to build people up. So I just want to point out the obvious is that you call a man King James because his last name is James. His name wasn't Richard, and then they called him King James because they was trying, or they didn't call him King Rich, and I guess they could have called him King Richard, but you get what I'm saying.
So you can sit there and tell me about social media and the following. My man just became a starter for the Charlotte Hornets. It just became a starter. He's averaging 14, 16. LeBron was averaging 20 points as a rookie.
Let's go here. 2 points. My man just became a starter. Who is one of the guys who we would all consider one of the faces of the NBA? And this is my dog, and this is no shade to him, not at all. But let's go here to my dog, Kobe Bean Bryant, who was one of the top 3 greatest players ever. Top 5 on a lot of people's list. One of the faces of the NBA, Mamba, all of that stuff. Let's look at where he was at as far as starts go in his first season. My dog Kobe Bean Bryant here, according to StatHead, basketballreference.com, Kobe Bean Bryant started 6 games his rookie season. In those 6 games, played in 71 games, started 6 games, averaged 7 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. This is Kobe Bean Bryant, arguably one of the greatest to ever do it. So when you throw out only 8 games, he just became a starter. Kobe Bryant only started 6 games his rookie season, right? 71. Now let's do this here. Let me do this for y'all. So now we looking at 18-year-old Kobe. Now we go to season number 2, 97-98, 19-year-old Kobe. Let's see where we at here. Get the results. And it says that my dog Kobe played in 79 games and started in only 1 game, second season in the NBA as a 19-year-old. And I love Kobe. You my guy, bro. Top 5, top 3 in my book. That's a factamundo. But let's keep the goalpost where it's at. Now, in that season, my dog Kobe, 15 points a game, started to see the minutes increase a bit more. 26 minutes a game. You start to see 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Now, Melo, 14 points a game currently. 6 assists a game, 6 rebounds a game. Currently, only been starting 8 games. Now, my dog starts talking about LeBron James. This is where he started with, right? Now, you go to that LeBron James rookie season and you got it, bruh. LeBron, 20 points a game, 5 assists a game, 5 rebounds a game. Started every game, 79 games, right? Now let's go do this. Now just do this for me. Appease me for a second. And we talking about starters minutes, right? My dog Melo has only started eight games. If I click over here and I go to the NBA.com, this is the source here, and we look at the 8 games played as a starter. That's what we have here. We got a 4-4 record. That's 500. And you see my dog is at 20 points a game as a starter for 8 games. Since he has been in the starting lineup, the point totals have increased. So let's if we're gonna start calling out starts and point totals, can we get it on the same scale, right? Now we come over here and we say my man here is at 6.9 rebounds a game, 6.9 rebounds a game, 6.3 assists per game, 1.8 steals, with a plus minus of plus 2.9. With a plus minus of plus 2.9. That means that when he's in the game, you're typically about to get the W. Now, like I said, this is not a teardown situation, but I think that it's important to also realize when we start talking about championships and faces of the league is that the first 2 seasons LeBron James was in the NBA. Ask me where they finished that when in the playoffs. They didn't make it. Let's go back to the video.
The face of the NBA, look, I think this is going to be a major problem for the NBA. Who is going to be the face moving forward? Okay, you can have Giannis, international flavor. That's
Hold on. All right, we're here.
In the league. Think about faces of the NBA. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. LaMelo was not in that conversation.
Come on, man. Let me give you another thing right here. When you start talking about the conversations of the faces of the NBA, my dog LaMelo Ball, who has became the youngest player to ever get a triple-double, right? One of the most important reasons to understand why he is coming off the bench right now as a 3rd overall pick is what? The season started under a pandemic. Ask me if Jordan played in preseason and had a full extended preseason, a full extended offseason. I don't know if the Summer League was around back when J.D. was doing it, but I know it was around when Kobe was doing it, when LeBron was doing it. Ask me if they all played in there and prepared with their team before the season started. So when the game night won, they were able to jump into that starting lineup. My guy, if you go through and you look at some of LaMelo's peers who he's played with, the Donovan Mitchells of the world, the Anthony Edwards, the coaches, Rick Carlisle, the Magic coach, all of these dudes who have watched LaMelo hoop have all came back and said, boy, he's special, he nice. So when you start talking about whose names folks not in, you gotta realize that everybody who has watched him play, who said, we wouldn't even know, has recanted all of their statements. The man is better than we expected. We knew he was going to be able to pass. We knew he had an elite gift for that, but the shot is there. Oh my God, we didn't know he could score like that. So come on, my guy, let's keep going. And I think we pretty much should be done.
I don't know, maybe in 10 years, I don't know, maybe. But there's a long way for LaMelo Ball to go to be in that category. And I just...
Here's what I want to say to you. This is the type of things where it's hard to have arguments with people because he's not even listening. In the Keyshawn Johnson segment, he talked about the fact that he's not talking about today. Nobody's saying that LaMelo is going to be the face of the league today, right now. You're talking about a projected statistic of the face of the league. LeBron James, who my man Jay Williams says that in order to be the face, you got to get W's. Like I told y'all, the man was in the league for probably, I want to say had been to the playoffs 7 times before he got his first ring. Missed it the first 2, so we saying 9 to 10 seasons of being in the NBA before he got the first ring. So when you talk about 10 years of needing 10 years in order to get those type of accolades, nobody is saying that that's crazy. Most folks in the NBA like really go over the hump once they get into that second contract anyway. So then that's when the teams start being like, really, you got the keys. Now we really building around you. So I hope that y'all feel like I addressed it. That was all of the points that he came out with right there. I'll play it a little bit, but you can see that we're just walking in circles and none of this stuff really matters. Michael Jordan, who played in the league, also took a bunch of L's up front before he became a champion. Now, the same thing that I think that 10 years, I don't think my dog Melo need 10 years to become the face of the league. I think that if he keep hooping the way that he hooping that, we're going to see this very soon. Just the way that I also believe that a guy like Michael Jordan, before he won the championship, everybody wanted to be like Mike. And I'm telling you that I feel like everybody is going to want to be like Melo sooner than later. It's your main man, AB the Hero. I'm finna get out of here. Like I said, send this to them. Let them know. Let them know that we got the facts over here. Let's go.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.